Hello everyone and welcome back to this brand new video. Now for today we're going to be playing Izzet spells, but before we actually get into that I would like to apologize for not uploading the last couple of days. Now it's because some personal problems prevented me from doing so. They're resolved and hopefully I'll bring you as many Core Set 2021 brews as possible. Now with that out of the way, let's get into this deck. Why am I playing Izzet spells? I really want to play a deck around Storming Entity, just because he's such a cool card, or I don't know what it identifies at. But what this card does, it's basically a 5 mana 3/3 flying creature with prowess, but if you cast any spell during the turn where you cast this, it's gonna cost you 3 less mana to cast, meaning that this is only gonna cost you 2 mana. So you could potentially play this on turn 3. Now how do you do that? You cast an Opt or a Shock, which is a 1 mana spell. This gets a discount of 3 mana, and then you cast it using your other 2 mana. So you have a turn 3 3/3 flying prowess, and you also scry 2. So trust me, that's going to be an insane tempo play, and assuming your opponent is not going to be playing Teferi, you're going to be in a very good spot. Now what does the deck do in case it doesn't have this amazing start? I mean, Terramander is also a very good turn 1 play, just because it enables hard counter Lofty Denial on turn 2. And trust me, Lofty Denial is a card I think that's gonna maybe get slept on, but this card is actually insane. And it's not the only deck where I wanted to try Lofty Denial. I also want to try it in Blue-White Flyers, but that's a deck for another time. So what else do we have in this deck? We have Frantic Inventory and Seed the Truth. Now Seed the Truth is a very good card. Now worst case, it's a sorcery speed divination, but best case scenario, it's 2 mana, draw 3, and that's super good. Now how are we trying to cast this from the graveyard? We're trying to do it using Vadrok. Now another reason I'm playing Vadrok is that it's because it's very good to pair with our Sprite Dragon. Now Sprite Dragon is another payoff for being in these colors and in this kind of strategy, because it's a 2 mana 1/1 that grows whenever you cast a non-creature spell, meaning that it keeps getting counters and counters and counters. And because the counters stay on the creature, when you mutate this over it, it will increase in strength. Basically, it's gonna become a 3/3 with a bunch of counters on it, and then you get to recast anything from your graveyard. Hopefully, you see the truth. Now, since we're running Vadrok as our mutate creature, we also have another mutate creature that I'm excited to try, which is Sea Dasher Octopus. Because assuming we have our Vadrok over our Sprite Dragon, and then we mutate Sea Dasher Octopus again, that's gonna give us another trigger, potentially maybe another See the Truth, which is just gonna help us just win the game, basically using card advantage. Why am I playing 3 cycling lands? Is simply because I don't want to flood in this type of deck, and assuming it's turn 3, opponent did not do anything, I have Lofty Denial up, I could just cycle this Triome and then just do something with my mana just in case opponent did nothing. So that's gonna be pretty much it for the DeckTech. Yes, this is a best of 1 deck. In the future I might give you a sideboard for this deck, just because currently we don't know a lot about the meta, so I can't exactly tell you what to play around and what you should sideboard in. Tell me if you like this layout or if you prefer this layout, and with that, let's get into our games. Going into our first game of Izzet spells, this is obviously not a hand I want to keep, so we're gonna mull because I don't have a blue source. This is, I mean, the deck is just good enough. We just won our game without doing anything. With that, let's get into game 2. Going into our second game of Izzet spells, hopefully our opponent doesn't concede just by when he sees my name. This is a very good start. I think I'm gonna keep this hand. Now before we get into this, please do consider subscribing to the channel because it helps it a lot. And with that out of the way, let's just pass. Why did I shock? Just because in case my opponent is playing any creature deck, I can shock whatever he plays on turn 1, and that's very good in my opinion. Sadly, he does not do anything. I really hope this is not Reclamation because it's not a fun matchup to say the least. We're gonna play our Sprite Dragon, and I really hope it's not a Reclamation matchup because Dragonfire doesn't do a lot against them. So we're gonna just attack him from 1, and next turn we can just keep up Lofty Denial, which is very good in my opinion. Opponent's looking at my Sprite Dragon, so hopefully he does not kill it. Alright, so actually opponent's Steamer Adventurous, so my spells might actually come in handy. So I think we just shock this Edgewall Innkeeper and then keep our Lofty Denial up. And now we can just deal 2 damage, so that's super good in my opinion. If my opponent goes for the Lovestruck Beast, I think I will let it resolve. Just because I can just Scorchy Dragonfire this, and then that shuts off completely the Lovestruck Beast. Why did I not play the Entity on turn 2? Because I think I'd rather keep interaction up, seeing how they can play Bonecrusher Giant and things like that. So I don't want them to kill my Sprite Dragon quite yet. We're gonna let that resolve just again because we can Scorching Dragonfire this, and now this can't even attack up until the point where he draws another one. But I don't think I'm afraid of that too much. Do I see the truth, try to get a land, or do I just Terramander? I think we just play Terramander, keep Lofty Denial up, and then just attack for 3. Alright, so you see how this deck is kind of a tempo deck. And if you don't like Shock, or if you think you're not facing a lot of creature decks, what you could consider is you could consider playing Unsubstantiate. We're gonna Lofty Denial that for 2 reasons. One, I don't want him to ramp, and then 2, I would rather kind of have other options for next turn. And with that, let's get into game 3. Going into our 3rd game of Izzet spells, this is a very good hand in my opinion, because we have this on turn 2, potentially this on turn 4, so that's a very good hand. And we can also just cast Vadrog as a 3 mana 3/3 flying first strike, which isn't bad. So yes, we don't have a bunch of ways to enable the Sprite Dragon quite yet, but I am positively sure that we will draw into them. This is one of the sleeves I really like, just because Gingerbread Lady was super cool in the trailer. And sadly I did not get to pick up this sleeve, but I mean, tough time. Alright, so opponent is taking his time considering what he wants to bottom, or he just simply very distracted by his sleeves, and this is why I did not get them. Because knowing me, I would probably keep on doing this the whole game. That's not something you would want to do in a Magic game. See, in Magic, you kind of need to stay awake, and you doing this with your sleeves all the time is not going to help you to stay active and then think what your opponent might be doing. Alright, so we play our Sprite Dragon on turn 2, we attack for 1. Hopefully opponent is not playing Reclamation or Bant, because I don't want to play against these matchups. Not because the deck is bad against them in any way, it's just because that I don't enjoy the long games against these decks. So alright, what does opponent do? If we top deck Shock or Opt, we don't top deck Shock or Opt. Because I drew Terramander, I think I'm gonna just play this tapped, and then I think I'm just gonna... See, the thing is, we can play this on turn 4, which I think makes the most sense. So we can just play this tapped, and then the turn after we can just Thrill of Possibility, and then because we cast the spell, this is gonna cost 3 less, meaning that this is only gonna cost us 2 mana, so we have a 4 mana draw 2 cards and then Storming Entity. Alright, so it's not Temur Reclamation, except if he's maybe missing a red source, but this is looking like it's Simic Ramp, and Ugin is something I need to worry about. Actually, it's looking like it's Soltar Ramp, which is not the worst thing actually. So I'm gonna Thrill of Possibility. I think we can safely discard the Vadrog, just because I don't think we're gonna have a lot of time against the Soltar Ram deck, because they do get over us very quickly. So we're just gonna play our Stormwing Entity, and we're just gonna scry 2. Lofty Denial, Frantic Inventory are very good cards, so I'm gonna keep them on top. Hopefully opponent doesn't play Cavalier of Thorns next turn. In case he does, I'm very annoyed. In case he doesn't, I think we're in a very good spot. So opponent, please no Cavalier of Thorns. Please, just whatever you do, please no Cavalier of Thorns. I could have put a Frantic Inventory on top, but I was considering maybe mutating this over something would be also a very decent play. So that's why I went with this line instead of the other one. Alright, so this is looking like maybe Eliminate. Alright, that's sad, but I mean, we're not in the worst spot quite yet. He can't eliminate this, and most Soltar Ramp decks are actually playing Eliminate as their main removal source. So I'm happy with like this interaction. Cultivate is okay if he's gonna go for like a huge play next turn, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If he goes for Ugin next turn, we have the Lofty Denial up, so I'm very confident with that trade. So we're just going to attack, and then we're gonna mutate our Sea Dasher Octopus over this Terramander. So it's gonna go over just because it's more damage actually. And we play our other Terramander, and now we just have Lofty Denial up, which is a better mana leak at this stage. So let's see what opponent does. We have quite a lot of damage on our board, so assuming we just survive and we don't get like Casualties of War or Ugin the turn after we counter whatever he plays now, we're gonna be in a decent spot. So is this Casualties of War opponent? This is probably looking like a Casualties of War turn, just because he's highlighting my creatures. So what's up opponent? Stop highlighting my creatures, they're very shy. Sea Dasher Octopus is very shy opponent. So Casualties of War is gonna be met with a Lofty Denial. I'm sorry opponent, but I mean, it's very rude to destroy all of my board with just one spell. So like, I need to stop you. So we're gonna play our Frantic Inventory to trigger these Prowess and the Storming Entity. And we have another Lofty Denial, so I'm very happy about that. We're just going to attack for a bunch of damage. We're gonna be attacking for 7. And I mean, if we survive next turn, I mean, we literally just win. So that's good news for us. I'm gonna play this land. Yes, I could have cycled it, but I am trying to ramp up as much as possible because I want to adapt to Terramander very soon. So Ugin would be very annoying because he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana, meaning that he could have Ugin plus Dispute up, which would be very backbreaking. I think the game just simply ends if he has that. But he only has 3 cards in hand, so like how likely is it that he has 2 of the cards needed to beat us? I don't think it's very likely. So let's just hope for the best. Let's seriously just hope for the best, and that's gonna be enough to win the game. He didn't even need to see our lofty denial. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this game, please do consider subscribing because it helps the channel a lot. I'm gonna be playing a different version of this deck. I'm gonna be playing an Arclight Phoenix version of this deck, and I'm gonna be trying Lofty Denial with the Blue White Flyers soon. So if you don't want to miss that, again, do subscribe. And with that, I'll see you guys next time.